Howdy! Welcome to Aspire Mountain Academy. I am Professor Curtis, your instructor for this course in Introductory Statistics. In less than 10 minutes, this video provides an activity to practice distinguishing between the different levels of measurement for statistical data. Remember, you need to participate and actually give a response when I pause in the video if you want to maximize your learning. Let's get started. Now, if you've already participated in the previous mini lecture, you should understand the differences between the different levels of measurement. If you haven't viewed the previous video or you just want to review, go ahead and check that out before continuing on here. Okay, let's play a game called Name That Level of Measurement. This will help cement all the goodness from the previous lecture in our brains. Actually, this is pretty straightforward. I give you an example, and then you tell me what the level of measurement is for that example. First up, we have the color. Oh, look at that bright rainbow of chocolate decadence. M&M's. Sorry, I just get distracted when I see chocolate. Okay, so what level of measurement do we have here? Nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio? I'm going to stare at the picture here for a few seconds while you tell me what level of measurement this is. Well, I hope you said nominal. Colors are categorical data, so this has to be either nominal or ordinal data. What's the difference between nominal and ordinal data? Nominal data have no natural order, but ordinal data does. Here in this case, our data are different colors. There's no natural order to colors, so we have nominal data. Here's the next example, the depths of earthquakes in kilometers. What level of measurement do we have here? Again, I'll give you a few seconds. Well, I hope you said ratio. Here you're measuring depths in kilometers, so you're measuring a distance. That means you have quantitative data, which in turn means you must have either interval or ratio data. What's the difference between interval and ratio data? Interval data have no natural zero point. Ratio data do. Is there a natural zero point with depth measurements? You bet there is. A data value of 0 here means there is 0 depth. So that makes this data set ratio data. Here's the next example. Years in which U.S. presidents were inaugurated. I'll give you a few seconds. I hope you said interval. You're looking at years. I mean, that's a totally dead giveaway right there because years are the classic example of interval data. But let's say you didn't know that. You could still work your way to the right answer. Years are definitely quantitative data, so they must be either interval data or ratio data. What's the difference between interval and ratio data? Interval data have no natural zero point, ratio data do. Years have no natural zero point. Year zero is just a standard used by convention. It's not like there is no more year or time at year zero. So that makes years interval data. Next at bat, we have a movie rating of 4 out of 5 stars. I'll give you a moment to respond. This is an example of ordinal data. You might be thinking, okay, 4, 5, these are numbers and therefore numerical data. So I'm going to look at either interval or ratio data, but that's not what you're looking at with movie ratings. When people rate movies, they provide the rating as a whole number, and that number is a label for a characteristic of the movie. That means here we have categorical data. So here we're looking at nominal or ordinal data, but which one is it? Well, what's the difference? Nominal data have no natural order, but ordinal data do. Here we have movie ratings, numbers that have a natural order. So here we have ordinal data. Here's the next example. A list of car models subjected to a car crash test. What level of measurement is represented here? I hope you said nominal. A list of car models, that's definitely categorical data. But these categories have no natural order about them, and that means we have ordinal data. Or rather, nominal data. Okay, next at bat, we have blood lead levels of low, medium, and high. What's the level of measurement here? I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, this is an example of the ordinal level of measurement. We have low, medium, and high, so it's definitely categorical. That means it's going to be nominal or ordinal. But because there's a natural order to this, low, medium, high, this is an example of the ordinal level of measurement. Next, body temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit of patients in the same hospital. What level of measurement do we have here? I'll give you a few seconds. Well, here we have the interval level of measurement. Body temperatures are quantitative data, so these must be either interval or ratio data. Is there a natural 0 point? Our temperature scale is the Fahrenheit scale. 0 degrees Fahrenheit doesn't mean that there is no temperature quantity. So like years, the placement of 0 on the temperature scale is just a standard used by convention. With no natural 0 point and quantitative data, here we have an interval level of measurement. And on that note, let's take a look at an example involving two friends, Sam and Steve. They're talking about how cold it is outside, and Sam says the temperature's 2 degrees, an increase from 1 degree yesterday. Steve then remarks, "Well, that means it's twice as warm today as it was yesterday." Well, what's wrong with that statement? I'll give you a moment to respond. Well, temperature measurements in both the Fahrenheit and Celsius scales have no natural 0 point. Here is a characteristic of the interval level of measurement. Twice, however, is a word indicating a ratio, and that's what's wrong here. You're using a word for ratio data to describe interval data. It's very inconsistent. Now, with that in mind, what if these same two friends were talking about the temperature in kelvins or rankines inside a supercooled vacuum chamber? Would Steve's statement still have something wrong with it? Why or why not? Again, I'll give you a moment. Well, here in this instance, there's nothing wrong with that statement. You could say that 2 degrees is twice the temperature of 1 degree if you're talking about kelvins or Rankine, because these temperature scales convey absolute temperature. They place the 0 mark where there really is 0 temperature. A natural 0 point then makes temperature values in these scales ratio level of measurement. And that brings us to the end of this mini lecture. I hope you found it helpful. You can find additional practice with distinguishing between levels of measurement in the next mini lecture. And as always, you can find more mini lectures for this and other courses at AspireMountainAcademy.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.